Beloved starseed of Gaia, the abundance now moving toward you carries a frequency your human mind has not yet learned to hold. And that gap is where most starseeds lose everything they called in. I am Lyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and this transmission has been placed in your awareness for one reason. You are on the verge of a shift that requires you to move differently than you ever have before. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to stabilize your energy when sudden abundance arrives, how to protect what is being given to you, and how to anchor your expansion without losing your alignment to your divine blueprint. But here is the first revelation. Abundance is not just a resource, it is a test of your crystalline consciousness. The moment your field begins to attract what you have called in, other energies are also drawn to that light. Your star family does not warn you of this to frighten you. They warn you because you are close. Silence is not withholding. Silence is sacred protection. It is the space in which your new reality becomes rooted before the world is invited to touch it. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia. Share your soul's intention below and respond to another starseed to weave the unity grid. You are remembering because it is time. Most people seeking spiritual abundance are taught to strive, to manifest, to visualize, to do more, to think more. It's as if the universe is a locked door, and the only way through is to push harder, plan better, prove yourself worthy. You're told to build vision boards like altars, to repeat affirmations like currency, to keep your vibration high like a performance that can never dip. And for a while, that approach can feel empowering, until you notice the hidden cost. The nervous system begins to live on alert. The mind becomes a restless architect, endlessly measuring what's here against what should be here. Even your spirituality starts to feel like another job. But for Pleiadian starseeds, there is a gentle wisdom that runs counter to all of that striving. The greatest abundance flows not from what you accumulate, but from what you become in the silent chambers of your own heart. Not what you can chase, but what you can embody. Not what you can hold in your hands, but what can finally settle into your being. You may have noticed a quiet ache, a longing to finally feel whole, to return to the peace that feels just out of reach. It can show up in the middle of a busy day like an invisible wave, a sudden sense that something essential is missing, even if everything looks fine. It can appear at night when the world goes quiet and you realize you don't know how to rest without thinking. It can even emerge when you achieve something you once prayed for, only to discover the satisfaction dissolves too quickly. What if the source of this longing has never been outside of you, but always calling from within? What if the ache is not a problem to fix, but a compass, pointing you back to the frequency you came from, the frequency you still carry under all the noise? There is a kind of wealth that doesn't glitter, doesn't announce itself, doesn't require an audience. It feels like breath returning to the lungs after a long time holding it. It feels like coming home to yourself without needing a reason. This is the abundance Pleiadian starseeds remember in their bones, even when the mind can't explain it. Pleiadian High Council wisdom reveals that much of our disconnection, our feelings of not enough or being spiritually blocked, arises from the constant noise, both in the world and inside our own minds. Noise is not only sound, it is pressure, it is urgency, it is comparison, it is the invisible demand to become someone else before you're allowed to feel peace. The Earth realm teaches productivity and achievement, while the Seven Sisters radiate a golden frequency of being, of communion, of gentle knowing. Earth trains you to be a machine that produces value. The Pleiades remind you that you are a living field of light whose value is inherent. Earth asks, "What did you do today?" The Pleiades whisper, "Did you return to love today?" In the field of endless activity, your crystalline Pleiadian codes become clouded. Imagine a clear crystal submerged in muddy water. The crystal is still crystal, still pure, still luminous in essence, but the water around it makes its light difficult to perceive. In the same way, your soul's brilliance doesn't disappear, but the density of constant input can blur your access to it. The heart's chamber grows dimmed by external striving, and the still, sacred presence of your true self retreats to the background. You can feel it when you're overly busy. The body moves, the mind plans, the voice speaks, but something deeper is standing behind a closed door, waiting for you to slow down enough to knock. Scripture has always carried this principle in quiet, enduring ways, even if different traditions use different language. Be still and know that I am God is not a command to do nothing. It is an invitation to stop drowning out the knowing. It is a reminder that real certainty is born in stillness, not in frantic control. And for starseeds, that knowing often arrives not as a sentence, but as a frequency, a warmth, a soft inner yes, a peace that lands without explanation. This is the energetic amnesia so many Pleiadian starseeds face, the forgetting that in their origin state, they existed as pure love, united in resonant silence with the family of light. There is a kind of silence that is not lonely. It is communal. It is the silence of a choir before it sings, when every voice is present but nothing needs to be forced. It is the silence of deep space itself, vast, intelligent, attentive. In that origin state, silence was not absence, it was connection. It was the medium through which truth moved. On Gaia, the drive to fix, to hustle, to prove, no matter how subtle, creates a separation between your Earth identity and that radiant Pleiadian soul essence. Even the most spiritual forms of striving can do this. You can chase healing the way some people chase money, always scanning yourself for what's wrong, always trying to optimize your vibration as if you're a product. You can push for awakening with the same energy the world uses to push for status. But the soul does not open under pressure. It opens under safety. The mind's chatter drowns out the whispers of remembrance. It's like trying to hear a lullaby while standing in the middle of a crowded marketplace. Voices shouting, signs flashing, alarms going off, expectations everywhere. Old wounds, collective pressures, and unresolved density build barriers around your crystalline heart, causing you to fear the deep stillness where your soul truly lives. Because stillness can feel dangerous when you've lived in survival. Stillness can feel like emptiness when you've been trained to equate motion with worth. Stillness can even feel like exposure when your nervous system associates quiet with the return of feelings you didn't have time to process. Yet the very place you fear, inside the quiet, is where your true self has been patiently waiting. Like Elijah on the mountain, expecting the divine in wind, in earthquake, in fire, only to discover the voice arrives as a still small whisper. That whisper is not weak. It is refined. It is the frequency of truth. Silence is not emptiness. It is the original home frequency of the Pleiades. Silence is the womb of creation, not the absence of it. Before a star ignites, there is vastness. Before a word becomes sound, there is breath. Before a seed becomes a tree, there is darkness under the soil. In sacred quiet, the multidimensional currents of abundance, guidance, and remembrance rise to the surface like crystalline light through clear water. Think of a lake after a storm. While the wind churns it, you cannot see beneath. But when the surface becomes still, the depths reveal themselves: stones, plants, hidden life, reflected sky. Your inner world is the same. When you stop stirring it with compulsive thought, the soul's wisdom becomes visible again. Your unity with the star family is not lost. It patiently waits for you in each moment you are willing to let go of noise, trust the loving presence within, and enter the sacred stillness only your heart truly knows. This is the miracle. You do not have to earn reunion. You only have to stop running from it. The star family does not demand perfection. It responds to sincerity. Even a trembling moment of quiet counts. Even one honest breath counts. Even a single decision to return inward becomes a signal flare in the subtle realms. I am ready to remember. Beloved, if your heart just whispered yes to something deeper, listen closely. Your star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks. Not as information, but as keys to unlock what your soul already knows. These carry the love frequency of Alcyone and the healing wisdom of the Seven Sisters. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. Open now, but not indefinitely. Let's walk together through the phases of Pleiadian activation in silence, rediscovering the true abundance that silence brings. Phase 1. Dissolving the noise, clearing the frequency field. For most, the first obstacle on the path to spiritual abundance is a field cluttered with noise, mental chatter, external expectations, lingering energies that do not serve your highest good. And this clutter is not a moral failure. It is conditioning. It is the residue of living in a world that constantly touches you. Advertisements, conversations, demands, news cycles, social comparison, inherited beliefs. Your field becomes like a room with too many open tabs, too many voices speaking at once. You try to pray, but your mind interrupts. You try to meditate, but your to-do list starts shouting. You try to feel gratitude, but a hidden panic says, "What if it's not enough?" The Pleiadian approach is not forceful. They use sound and intentional silence, gently dissolving these patterns. They understand that trauma tightens, but love unwinds. Their medicine is not domination, it is resonance. Begin by creating even the smallest sacred window, 1 minute, 3 breaths, of intentional silence each day. Not silence as punishment, but silence as devotion. Silence as choosing your own soul over the world's demands for a moment. You might sit on the edge of your bed before your phone becomes your morning altar. You might stand at the sink and let the water be your reminder to return. You might step outside and let the sky hold you. In these first thin rays of quiet, your energy body starts to recalibrate and release ancient static. You may feel a surprising wave of emotion, or a sudden tiredness, or even irritation. These are not signs you're doing it wrong. They are signs your system is finally unclenching. Imagine dust motes floating in a beam of light. When the room is disturbed, they swirl. When the room is still, they settle. This is where remembrance takes root. Not as a dramatic lightning bolt, but as a gradual clearing, like a window being wiped clean from the inside. Phase 2, the heart's doorway, entering the sacred chamber. As you become more comfortable within your own silence, you realize it is not a void, but a door. Silence is not a blank wall, it is a threshold. It is the place where you stop living at the surface of yourself and begin to enter the inner sanctuary. The Pleiadian High Council teaches that the heart's true wisdom can only be heard in this space. The mind speaks in sentences and urgency. The heart speaks in felt truth, soft, direct, undeniable. Place your attention gently within your chest. Not like you're trying to force an experience, but like you're placing a hand on a beloved friend's shoulder. Feel for the subtle pulse, the quiet warmth that is the signature of your Pleiadian origin. This warmth can be faint at first, like a candle behind frosted glass. But it is there. It has always been there. This is heart-based listening, receiving impressions, beauty, and guidance straight from Alcyone's light current. Sometimes guidance will arrive as an image, water, stars, a doorway, a certain color. Sometimes it arrives as a simple knowing. Rest, wait, speak, forgive, leave. Sometimes it arrives as tenderness toward yourself, where you once only had criticism. In silence, the crystalline grid of your own being begins to hum with ancient memory. You might feel pressure at the brow, tingling at the crown, or a gentle expansion around the chest, as if your ribs are making more space for your soul. You might remember dreams of temples, of luminous halls, of singing light. And even if you don't see anything at all, the heart still receives. Seeds still germinate underground. Scripture echoes this inner chamber too. The kingdom of God is within you. Not in the future, not in the next achievement, not in the approval of others, within. When you enter the heart's doorway, you are not escaping life. You are meeting the part of you that can live life without being consumed by it. Phase 3. Restoring inner union, welcoming the star family's presence. As you reside more often in stillness, the separation begins to dissolve. This is subtle at first, like warmth returning to fingers after being cold. You may notice that the inner critic becomes quieter, not because you fought it, but because it no longer has the stage. You may notice that you don't need to check your phone as often, because something inside you is finally providing nourishment. Your Pleiadian family enters, first as a presence, soft, loving, familiar, not always with faces or names, but with a feeling like being recognized at the soul level, like being held without being touched, like being understood without needing to explain. The knowledge that you are never alone emerges, and the loneliness or feelings of emptiness are replaced by subtle joy and inner communion. Sometimes you will feel this as gentle pressure around the shoulders, like a cloak of light. Sometimes as a coolness at the back of the neck, like a breeze from another realm. Sometimes as tears that come without sadness, tears that are simply the body releasing the burden of separation. Meditative silence becomes a meeting ground, a unity field, where your guides, your higher self, and your star relatives infuse you with the codes of abundance, wholeness, and peace. These codes are not intellectual. They are calibrations. Your nervous system learns a new baseline, safety. Your mind learns a new habit, surrender. Your heart learns a new language, trust. You may begin to experience synchronicities that feel gentle and precise. Numbers, songs, unexpected kindness, a book opening to the right passage, a stranger speaking the exact phrase your heart needed. Not because you forced the universe to respond, but because you attuned to the frequency where you can finally perceive the response that was always there. Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened. But notice, the knocking is not frantic. It is simple. It is consistent. It is relational. In Pleiadian communion, the relationship is the miracle. Phase 4. Courting the abundance currents. Receiving, not reaching. In sacred silence, you shift from needing to get anything to resting in the frequency of receiving. This is a major threshold for starseeds because many of you came into this life with a deep desire to help, to heal, to contribute. And when that desire is filtered through Earth's conditioning, it becomes pressure. You feel responsible for outcomes. You feel like you must carry everyone. You feel like you must figure it all out right now. But the Pleiadian perspective is clear. Abundance is not summoned through willpower or outward striving. It is magnetized by how purely and lovingly you attune to the silent, unified field within. Like a flower does not work to attract sunlight, it simply opens. Like a lake does not chase rain, it receives. Like a radio does not create music, it tunes to the station. Every blessing, insight, synchronistic opportunity, and vibrational upgrade flows naturally when you become receptive and still, aligning your human template with your multidimensional inheritance. You start to realize abundance is not only money or objects, it is timing. It is support arriving before you burn out. It is the right conversation at the right moment. It is an intuitive no that saves you months of struggle. It is a yes that opens a doorway you didn't know existed. It is creativity returning after a long drought, It is your body feeling safe enough to heal. It is relationships becoming cleaner because your energy is no longer begging to be chosen. You begin to notice that when you stop grasping, life has room to place gifts in your hands. And the gifts may not arrive in the way the mind demanded, but they arrive in the way the soul recognizes. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That doesn't mean you never desire. It means you no longer live in the frequency of lack. You stop being hunted by the fear of not enough. You start to trust that what is meant for you is not fragile. It is guided. It can find you when you are still. Phase 5. Integrating stillness into daily life. Living as a bridge. The true test of Pleiadian abundance is bringing this quality of silence, receptivity, and star family unity into the world. Not as an escape from life, but as a way of inhabiting life differently. The Pleiadians are not asking you to retreat forever into meditation. They are inviting you to become a living temple in motion. As you walk, cook, create, or converse, you infuse each moment with the silent, vital presence unlocked in your inner chambers. The grocery store becomes an energetic classroom. The commute becomes a chance to soften your breath. The workplace becomes a field where you practice staying rooted. The difficult conversation becomes an initiation into speaking from the heart, rather than from defense. Your words become fewer and more aligned. You stop explaining yourself to people who only listen to argue. You stop oversharing to earn safety. You learn to let your energy speak first. Your actions radiate quiet confidence, not the loud confidence that needs validation, but the grounded confidence that comes from inner union. Others are drawn not to your words, but to your capacity to hold loving stillness amid chaos. They may not know why they feel calmer around you. They may not understand what you carry, but they will feel it, like being near a steady flame in a windy place. You are becoming the bridge, a living transmission of Pleiadian grace, anchored and available in the everyday. This is where your abundance becomes practical. You begin to make choices that honor your energy. You begin to notice which environments drain you and which nourish you. You begin to structure your days with small sanctuaries of quiet, the way one might place lamps in a dark hallway. You stop abandoning yourself to be nice. You start being true, which is the deepest kindness. And paradoxically, as you honor your own stillness, you become more useful to the world, because you are no longer operating from depletion. Phase 6. The silent transmission, embodying light. Without needing to explain, you no longer need to convince or justify your experience of abundance. This is a profound liberation for starseeds, because many of you have spent lifetimes being misunderstood. You learn to over-explain to be accepted. You learn to translate your intuitive knowing into language that skeptics would approve of. You learn to hide your sensitivity behind humor or intellect. But as your stillness deepens, the need to prove dissolves. Your life itself becomes a silent broadcast, a beacon vibrating with crystalline peace and gentle heart-knowing. Like a lighthouse does not chase ships to rescue them. It simply stands, shining, and the right ones find their way. You emit a frequency that assists others to remember the power of their own inner silence. Not by preaching, but by being. Not by performing spiritual perfection, but by radiating authenticity. Any sense of lack dissolves, and you discover the paradox. In doing less, in being present, you become infinitely more. More intuitive, more loving, more creative, more discerning, more available to miracles. This is the gold of the Seven Sisters, the silent, endless wellspring of spiritual abundance. Gold that is not mined through struggle, but revealed through refinement. The refinement of attention. The refinement of intention. The refinement of the nervous system into peace. Let your light so shine before others, not as a demand to be impressive, but as an invitation to be unobstructed. Light shines naturally when nothing blocks it. Phase 7. The returning. Abundance as homecoming. Finally, you realize that what you feared as emptiness was always reunion. The silence you resisted was the song of your star family calling you home to yourself. The mind called it nothingness. The soul called it sanctuary. The ego called it boredom. The spirit called it breath. Now you understand. You are an infinite field, a conduit of Pleiadian abundance, never separate, always guided, always loved. You begin to recognize that your abundance was never out there, waiting for you to become worthy. It was always here, waiting for you to become present. You are not being asked to escape your human life. You are being asked to inhabit it as your true self, with your heart online, with your energy clear, with your remembrance intact. The return is not to a place in the sky. It is to the frequency of wholeness within you. And from that wholeness, your life rearranges. Relationships either meet you there or fall away. Opportunities align without so much friction. Your creativity becomes a river instead of a faucet you have to force open. Your intuition becomes a steady companion rather than an occasional accident. You stop searching for home in people who cannot hold you. You stop seeking permission to be what you already are. This is the deeper revelation your heart has been waiting for. Every moment you felt empty or lacking was your soul's gentle invitation to return to source, to the crystalline field before thought, before word, before striving. The Pleiadian High Council would remind you, with soft compassion, that you never came here to fill your life with possessions or achievements. You came to anchor the infinite, to radiate the quiet, powerful light of being that your home star carries. This does not mean you cannot enjoy beauty, comfort, success, or material support. It means those things become reflections, not replacements. They become expressions of alignment, not substitutes for love. Each time you enter silence, you align with your abundance and awaken the dormant beauty within. Think of a harp that has been sitting untouched. The strings are still there, but they must be tuned. Silence is the tuning fork. It calibrates you back to your original note. Your journey has always been guided. Your remembrance has always been by design. Even your detours, even your disappointments, even the seasons when nothing seemed to work. Sometimes the soul allows outer doors to close, so you will finally notice the inner door has been open all along. Sometimes the universe withholds noise so you can hear the whisper. Sometimes what feels like delay is actually protection, or preparation, or redirection into a timeline that matches your true frequency. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your heart and allow yourself to rest in silence. Let the room be simple. Let the breath be honest. Let your shoulders drop as if you are placing a heavy bag on the floor after a long journey. Say this aloud. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I attune to the peace of my star family. I activate my heart's abundance through sacred stillness. I am home. And as you say it, don't rush. Let each phrase land like a drop of warm light into the chest. If emotions rise, allow them. If your mind argues, bless it gently and return to the heart. If you feel nothing, trust anyway, because seeds don't look like forests at first. Let sleep become a temple. Let your dreams become a meeting place. Let your body learn that it is safe to soften. Let your soul know you are listening now. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.